Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at our next Tier 1 deck for the Primal class shown, and this is Darkrai Giratina. So basically, Giratina with the Chaos Wheel, no need to talk too much about it. Definitely strong ability, which can prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon by your opponent. Mega Evolutions, Chaos Wheel for 2 Chorus and Grass and the Psych Energy 100. Your opponent cannot play tools, special energies, or stadiums from his or her hand. It's pretty much it. So you can lock your opponent to not be able to play tools, special energies, and stadiums, which is very important. And of course, with the Darkrai Dark Pulse, you can just hit for 20 times and 20 more for each darkness energy attached on the Darkrai. So these two guys are actually the best friends for the Primal class shown. And of course, they have so many other good friends like a baby Yveltal for the Oblivion Wing, who can actually accelerate more energies from the discard pile to your benched Pokemons. Of course, Shaymin is for the setup, and the most important friend is a Garbotoxin Garbodor, who can actually shut down your opponent's abilities, and of course your abilities as long as you have a tool attached to it. And basically, with the Primal class shown without Starling Megaphone and Zero Seek, you can just attach one Float Stone on the Garbodor, and all you need to do is just chill with the Garbodor on the bench and force your opponent to waste a turn by knocking him out with the Lysandre for 1 prize, which is just amazing. And you can just easily put another one, just because we're running 2 of them and Super Rod, so it's like we run 3 of them. From some other item cards in this deck, I'm running also Escape Rope, which can help you, especially if you start pretty badly in the opening hand, something like a Hoopa or Shaymin without Float Stone. You can always escape with Escape Rope. But Escape Rope is good because it can go that Jolteon-EX ability effect of the attack, just in case you don't have Ranger in your hand. But also it can help you against maybe forcing your opponent to promote something from his bench for last 2 prizes, for example, like a Shaymin if you don't have anything else on the bench and stuff like that. 4 Max Elixir must need to have in this deck, because with the Max Elixir you can pretty much look at the top 6 cards. If you get energy basic on the 6 cards, you can attach it to one of your benched Pokemon, so you can actually help your Darkrai's and Giratinas to get some extra acceleration. Special Charge ×1 is a new card from the Steam Siege. It's definitely a good card for this build. You can shuffle 2 double dragon energies from your discard pile back into your deck, and this is very important, especially because they can provide 2 any energies in play, but they can also help you to increase the damage with the Darkrai, and of course to be able to use your Chaos Wheel. Since I'm running only 2 Darkrais, 2 Giratinas, and 2 Shaymins, that's the reason why I also run Super Rod. Because with the Super Rod and 2 of each Pokemons, I can have more space for other cards, and basically with the Super Rod I can shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy from my discard pile back into my deck. So at some point of the game I can shuffle Giratina and energies, I can shuffle Darkrai and energies, or I can shuffle Shaymin, Darkrai, and Giratina. Especially in the late game, if you are down to like 3, 4, 5 cards and you have something like a Max Elixir, 2 Max Elixir, you can just like a boss shuffle your basic energies with the Super Rod and Max Elixir for them. 4 Trainers Mail, Ultra Balls, and VA Seeker, no need to talk too much about that. It's pretty much core for any deck in the future. Delinquent, very strong card, especially for the mirror match, in case your opponent Parallel City you down to 3 and you cannot escape from it, because I'm running 2 Parallel City with this deck. You can just easily Delinquent your opponent Stadium from play and basically force him to discard 3 cards from the hand. It's very good card, it's strong card, especially against Mega Rayquaza. I can see definitely big favor for this deck against Mega Rayquaza, because with the Delinquent you can scrap Skyfield, with the Parallel City you can force your opponent to go down to 3 cards, and also with the Giratina, once you can actually Chaos Wheel and force your opponent to not be able to play Stadium card, you have pretty much more than easy victory. Of course, Mega Rayquaza players are going to run a Ranger, but it's not going to work that easily for them. So I can definitely see this deck win Mega Rayquaza pretty easily, especially if you can actually Chaos Wheel your opponent pretty early. Hex Maniac to shut down those abilities, especially for the setups and stuff like that. Why Hex Maniac in a Garbodor deck? Trust me, sometimes you're not going to be able to have Garbodor, so having extra Hex Maniac in deck can help you a lot. In my opinion, it's definitely a good card, even if you have Garbodor to run Hex Maniac. Trust me, it's just a good card to have. 1 Lysandre, of course, 2 N, 1 Ranger, and 4 Sycamores, pretty much usual build. 2 Parallel Cities, as I mentioned earlier, so basically start first start even second, put down Hoopa, Giratina, Yveltal, Trubbish, Darkrai, Shaymin on the bench, and like a boss, play Parallel City, get rid of your Shaymin and Hoopa, so it's definitely a good card. 5 tools, 3 Fighting Fury Bells, of course. I gave the advantage to Fighting Fury Bells so I can have 40 HP more and 10 damage more to my active Pokemon with Fighting Fury Belt, but also on the Bansheed one. 2 Float Stone for the free retreat on my Garbodor, but also any other Pokemon that I needed to play. 12 energies, 4 of them are Double Dragon, and 8 of them are basically Darkness energy cards. So I do tons of testing with this build. It works perfectly. I really love it. As you can see on my YouTube channel, you have like maybe 10 or 15 live matchups with my Darkrai Giratina build, but unfortunately it's not the core build like this one because I didn't tech so far those Team Siege cards, but probably with the next few days I'm going to test also with the live games this deck build. So if you actually want to see how this deck will work in the real life, you can definitely subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for those upcoming videos. But also I will play 2 or 3 games with this deck today with a trading card game online, so you can also see how this deck will going to work and how it's good, how it's bad. You can see its manas or its plus side. So if you're looking for any of these cards, go visit CCGCastle.com. I provide the link in my video description. You can also get 5% discount on your purchase by typing TCG Center 5 code, so you should definitely check that. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck will work in the action. So see you in the game. Alright guys, so starting with my Darkrai in the opening spot. Not bad hand, I can definitely say that. So on the other side it's a Greninja deck, very interesting. So it's definitely going to be interesting to play against Greninja just because I'm running that Garbodor. I can easily shut down Greninja's abilities and that's definitely very powerful. So 1 extra card to be drawn. So my opponent will start first. There's a Splash Energy on his Froakie and a Skyla. So I can expect to see maybe Skyla for a Dive Ball, so he can expand his bench for a little more Froakies. It's always nice to see as many Froakies as you can have in play. But also that Skyla can be for some other item cards, like maybe even for supporter card. I mean, with the Skyla you can even grab supporter card. That's very important. Alright, let's see. I'm going probably to play Ultra Ball. Who knows? There's a good chance that I might be even able to hit a turn 1 Giratina with 4 energies for that Chaos Wheel. And he just decided to roll. Okay, so this is going to be very interesting. I'm going to discard 2 of my Trainers Mails actually. No, 1 Trainers Mail and 1 Sycamore. And I'm going to grab my Hoopa. So with my Hoopa, I can easily take a 1 Giratina and 1 more Darkrai and 1 Shaymin. So yeah, there is a very good chance that I maybe even dunk my opponent on the turn 1 with my Giratina Darkrai deck. It's very possible to do that. So let's take a look at 2 Max Elixir. So there's 1 energy. Okay, we are close. The hype is real. A 2nd Max Elixir. No energy card. A Trainer's Mail. I guess I'm going to take that Sycamore. I'm going to play my Double Dragon energy. I'm going to play my Float Stone, and I'm going with my Shaymin for 5. So I just need 1 more Max Elixir and energy, and this is pretty much it. No sign. Let's roll with the Ultra Ball, just because I might discard something from my deck that I will not need. Something like Giratina, in order to draw 1 extra card right here. So let's go with a V-Seeker for Sycamore for 7. So if I can hit pretty much combination of Max Elixir and energy, this is pretty much it. So there's a Trainer's Mail. Let's see if there is Max Elixir. Yes, it is. So let's hope there is a energy card, and this is definitely a GG. So Max Elixir for energy card, and as you can see, turn 1 dunk on my opponent Froakie. So who would expect something like that? I probably wouldn't, but turn 1 Chaos Wheel for 110, and it's pretty much GG. So yeah, pretty much I cannot believe in that. So let's move to another game. Alright guys, let's do this. So as usual, we'll call the heads, and looks like I'm starting first, which is great. So starting first with this deck is always very important because you can get some extra cards, you can set up as well, and basically that's very important with it. So my opening hand, a Darkrai, which is not that bad, just because since I'm going first, I cannot attack on my turn 1, but turn 2 I can start to apply damage even with my Darkrai-EX with Dark Pulse in the active spot. On the other side we see some item lock, looks like, so let's first go with that Hoopa. So I'm going to grab some extra Pokemons right here, like Giratina, Darkrai, and one Shaymin. Of course I need to find my Trubbish, so I can basically silence my opponent Vileplume. So there is Ultra Ball, and I'm definitely going to play my Ultra Ball right here, and that will be for Darkrai and N. I don't need another Darkrai yet, so let's pick a Trubbish, put it on the bench, and basically hope to find something like Float Stone, Trainers Mail. No sign of it, but there is Sycamore. I guess I don't want to grab Sycamore just because I already have my N in discard pile. So going to play setup for 4 and basically hope to get at least just Yveltal. Yeah, I guess I'm going to play Yveltal on the bench and V-Seeker for N. I definitely need to find a Float Stone in this situation and some Max Elixirs. Maybe even Parallel City would be great. Yep, there is a Parallel City, but there is no Float Stone, which is not good. So let's see what we can get with the Trainer's Mail. Max Elixir. I guess I don't want to take that Max Elixir for next turn. I guess I want to have Sycamore, maybe better. Yep, it is better, I guess. So before he actually managed to item lock me, let's go with that Parallel City. Let's cut from the bench Hoopa and Shaymin. And basically, let's hope that our opponent will not be able to do anything with removing my tool from Trubbish, so I can actually survive somehow. I know that he probably want to play that Forest of the Giant plan, so I can even have my Shaymin next turn for 3-4 cards, depend on the top deck. So I might be able even to get something like a Garbodor, which is always great. And there is Ultra Ball. So that Ultra Ball probably for Shaymin-EX. Vileplume and Forest of the Giant Plant discarded in order to grab probably Shaymin. I will expect that. That Parallel City was definitely good, because I was able to get rid of my Darkrai, of my Hoopa and Shaymin. And right now I have 2 more space on my bench since my opponent played at Forest of the Giant Plant, and that's very important. On the other side, I do have Shaymin for extra setup, I do have Energy card in my hand, plus I also have Sycamore for 7 new cards, which will probably means that I will be able, in some point of the game, to get something like maybe a few Max Elixirs, Garbodor, and I can just play my item cards, and that's very important. So on the other side, I have 4 Pokemons already in his discard pile, 2 Trap, 2 Oddish, 1 Glum, and 1 Vileplume. That means that West Queen at this moment can hit for like barely 60 damage, which is not great, but definitely we can discard more Pokemon. So there is Level Ball, which means that he probably can grab either way Glum, Kambi, or Anon. But he decided to roll with his Glum, which is very important because you want to have that Vileplume item lock as fast as you can. So there is AZ for Shaymin, which means that he will draw 4 extra cards. That's very good because if he plays Xerosic, but I will assume that he does not play Xerosic or Starly Megaphone, he is not able to scrap my tool from Trubbish, and that's very important. So yeah, definitely very, very important. So I'm definitely going to be able to do something good. So as you can see, there's also double Color's Energy attachment on the Shaymin. So looks like that he probably will go with the Sky Return, which is not that great, I guess, but it is how it is, I guess. At least you're going to be able to set up and do stuff like that. The most important thing is that I also have my Lysandre in hand, so I can always play it. Maybe even try to Lysandre his Vileplume on the bench. But the biggest thing right here is actually to be able to set up my Giratina Chaos Wheel and basically hit with the Chaos Wheel so he cannot even play those special energy cards, and that's pretty much GG. So no chance for the Westwick and Vileplume deck to do anything without Ranger. And there's Ultra Ball for one unknown, so which means that he might have another Shaymin in his hand, might not. We'll definitely see that. Let's see. There's a Firewall Leather, which means that he might not have another Shaymin in his hand, so probably he will just go with that Sky Return and promoting maybe another Shaymin in the active spot. So there's a Vileplume, which means that I'm item locked, which is good, I guess. But on the other side, I can easily get rid of that Vileplume item lock with my Garbodor. So I just need to get my Garbodor in place. So there's 30 damage with the Sky Return. I will expect to see Shaymin with the Float Stone in the active spot. And it's my turn. Alright, so there's a top deck energy card, and it's a Darkness energy. But the good question is what to do. I guess I want to power up my Giratina as fast as I can, so let's go with the setup for 3 extra cards, and after that I'm going with my Sycamore. I'm definitely digging for that Garbodor, which is very important right here, and as you can see I missed the Garbodor, so I'm going with my Sycamore for 7 in hope to find Garbodor. No sign of the Garbodor, but there's another Trubbish, and I managed to get that Ultra Ball, but I cannot play it. So we'll just pass the turn so far and hope to get Garbodor with the next few cards. Maybe my Darkrai even will be knocked out. But the good thing is that I'm able to power up my Giratina on the next turn, but I'm not able to retreat. So somehow I need to retreat on my bench and basically start to apply pressure. So there's a Shaymin-EX for 5. The good thing for my opponent is that he can even AZ his Vileplume in this situation and play turn of the item cards. And so far he can hit for 50, 60, 70, 90 damage, which is not enough, but basically he will need 6 more damage or 6 more Pokemon in his discard pile in order to one-hit knock out my Darkrai next turn with his Vileplume. But if that happens, then I can just respond with my Giratina Chaos Wheel and pretty much energy lock my opponent. So there's one more unknown, which means that he right now need like 4. Let's see, 30. So he have 20 damage, 30, 40, 70, 80, 110, 110, 140 with my damage on Darkrai. So that means that he needs 4 more Pokemon in his discard pile to be able to one-hit knock out my Darkrai-EX. On the other side, I also have Yveltal. That baby Yveltal is good. Luckily, I have some energies also in my discard pile, but I don't have Darkness energy in my hands, so I'm not going to be able to do energy attachment on this turn. But hopefully, as I say, hopefully, I can actually somehow... Oh, so he's definitely looking for that one-hit knockout, that is for sure. And I'm going to apply some pressure right here on his Shaymin. Basically, I'm going to hit with my Dark Pulse for like 100. Short for 10, unfortunately, with that Fighting Fury Belt. But at least I applied some pressure, so definitely a red light from my opponent. He definitely wants to maybe even Sky Return right here. Promote another Shaymin-EX, but I guess that's not going to be a good option. Or, for example, start to attack me with his Westwick Wings. So there is a Sycamore for 7, and I see 2 Pokemons right here. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, 11, 13, so he's short for 2 more. Can he find maybe 2 more unknowns? Well, he can find maybe only 1 unknown because 3 already in his discard pile. And as you can see, this is very tough battle right here for my opponent with his Westwick and Vileplume deck, because if you're not able to set up turn 1 with tons of Pokemon in your discard pile and start to apply damage, then you definitely have very bad option and very bad chance to win. So there's a Be Revenge, which means that he can hit for 130, and basically that's a lot of damage. Really it is. So I'm going to just knock out his Westwick right here with my Dark Pulse Darkrai. I just want to preserve my Giratina for a turn more, and basically I'm going to drop a prize, which is Parallel City, which is great, I guess. So yeah, pretty much right now he can hit for 150, I guess. 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 13, 150. Well, yeah, 2 more Pokemons, and basically he can hit for the knockout right there. But even that Shaymin is going to be enough for the knockout. So there is a Sky Return, and I can expect to see in the active spot something like Combi. Alright, fair enough. Maybe I could retreat turn before, maybe not. I guess my opponent needs to promote first Pokemon in the active spot, so let's see which one he's going to promote. And he decided to roll with his Vileplume in the active. Well, I guess I can promote my Trubbish and Blef right here. Oh, there's a nice top deck. So I guess this is a near GG right now. So let's go with the Ultra Ball. Oh yeah, this is definitely a very bad position for my opponent, I can definitely tell you that. And I'm going to put another Garbodor into my hand, so just in case one knockout happens, I can have another one, so I don't need to worry too much right here. So I have double Garbodor in play, and I don't know how he can actually escape from this situation. So let's go with the Max Elixir. There is one energy attachment, going to put it onto my Yveltal. Then I'm going to play my Parallel City actually, so I can get rid of my Shaymin from play. Alright, so right now when I can get rid of my Shaymin from play, I can basically Lysandre my opponent Vespiquen on the bench, and more than that, I can just easily take two prizes right here by knocking him out. Take one prize actually by knocking him out with my Chaos Wheel Giratina. But the most important thing is that he cannot play special energies or stadium from his hand, and without being able to play special energy, I don't know how he can actually do something significantly right here. So definitely without Ranger, you are not in situation to do anything, so basically I'm more than happy with this. On the other side I also have Delinquent, but this is pretty much GG because I assume that my opponent didn't have that Ranger in his hand. So let's move to the game number 2. Alright, so it's time to call heads as usual and basically start first. So this is the last game for this Darkrai Giratina testing before the final conclusion for this deck. So my opening hand looks just gorgeous, I can definitely say that. 4 energies, Darkrai, Giratina, and Delinquent, so hopefully I can top deck something better. Oh, mirror match. Alright, so sit, relax, and enjoy watching the mirror match. So I'm going to take one mulligan and one top deck, so hopefully I can maybe top deck Ultra Ball. That would be good. Fighting Fury Belt and a Max Elixir. I guess there is no freaking chance that I can hit Max Elixir with 4 energies in my hand. And actually miracle happened, so I'm going to pass the turn. Next turn I can actually start to use my Dark Pulse, and it's definitely going to be a hard one for 90 damage, which is just quite enough, I guess. So there's a Parallel City, and he actually decided to Parallel City me. A Float Stone for the Shaymin, and there's an N. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how many luck I actually have right here. So there is a N and there's a Shaymin, 2 Shaymin, Sycamore. So I guess I'm probably going just to maybe even end my opponent, maybe even Sycamore, who knows. It's tough to decision. Probably if I can hit something like Fighting Fury Belt, I might go with the setup. So I might be able to hit another Max Elixir to power up my Giratina, but that's questionable. Probably I shouldn't attach that Fighting Fury Belt onto my active Darkrai, but the reason why I actually attached it is just because so I can start to apply early pressure with 2 energies, since my opening hand was pretty badly. And that's the reason why I actually do that. So, of course, you're going to power up your Giratina-EX in a mirror match just because you want to hit with the Chaos Wheel before your opponent can actually do that. So, there is another double Dragon Energy, and there's even Max Elixir, so he might hit a turn 1 turn 1 Giratina. Yes, it is turn 1 Giratina with the Chaos Wheel, and that's definitely going to hurt. But the good thing is that without Fighting Fury Belt, he's not going to be able to knock out my Darkrai from 2 hits, which is very important in this situation, trust me. So there's Ultra Ball as a top deck, and I'm going to throw out some of my resources for the baby Yveltal right here. I definitely need that. I'm going also to pretty much set up for 3 extra cards in hope to find maybe some Max Elixirs. Yep, there is a Max Elixir. There's even Pokemon Ranger right here, so I can even do that. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to Sycamore for 7. Need 1 Darkness Energy right here so badly, and there it is. So I'm going to apply a tons of damage right here with my Dark Pulse, which is very important. So 110. Even with a Fighting Fury Belt this turn, my opponent will not be able to knock out my Darkrai because I have 220 HP, so he definitely wants to apply more pressure with his Darkrai-EX on the bench. I'm definitely in good position. I can hit for 110, which means that I can even knock out his Shaymins on the bench. So there's a Float Stone. He definitely digging for that Max Elixir so he can retreat his Giratina and knock me out with his Darkrai. In that case, probably I will just respond by my Yveltal in the active spot, probably, but not sure yet. First I need to get rid of that. Oh, look at this, he just ran to the bench with his Giratina on the Hoopa, which will actually give me the access to some of my energies right here and to the Lysandre to knock out his Giratina for 2 prizes, and this is very important, especially in the mirror match, trust me. So right now he don't have energies, he don't have resources in play, and basically I have that V-Seeker, I have another Giratina on the bench which is full with 4 energies. I also have that baby Yveltal who can actually start to attack and use that Oblivion Wing, but the most important thing is that I might be even able to knock out his Darkrai this turn, so maybe not, maybe will, but probably I will just stick by knocking out his Shaymin for 2 prizes. But before I do that, I definitely need to power up my baby Yveltal, so I'm going to play my Super Rod to put back my Shaymin into my deck. It's very important right here, and let's go with a V-Seeker for Lysandre. Of course, we are going to knock out that Shaymin with a Float Stone on the bench for 2 prizes. And basically, I'm going to draw 2 more prize cards, which means that I need only Fighting Fury Belt and V-Seeker in order basically to win this matchup right here. And I managed to get V-Seeker. I also managed to get Trainers Mail, which might be Fighting Fury Belt, so this might be a GG pretty soon. Even if he ends me and knock out my Darkrai, I can just put my Yveltal in the active spot, so I'm prepared for this. Definitely want to get rid of that Parallel City from the active spot, so I need to find my Delinquent. And right now you see why that Shaymin was very important to put it back into my deck. So there is double Dragon energy on his Hydreigon. Of course, you want to have as many energies in play as you can have, so there's a knockout. He's going to draw 2 prizes right here, and probably I'm going to promote my Yveltal baby in the active spot, or maybe I just want to promote my Giratina in the active spot. Let's go with Giratina, just because we are going to maybe dig that Fighting Fury Belt for the knockout. So there's a special charge, of course. First one to play it, to burn 1 card from my hand. Trainer's Mail. Let's see if I can get... I can get Max Elixir, and I can definitely play it, but not looking forward to do that yet. So Shaymin for 5 extra cards, which means that I have even 2 Max Elixirs right here to play. None of them are actually good. So I'm going to play my Sycamore for 7, of course, in order to get that very valuable resource, which is actually Fighting Fury Belt. And right now I can do 2 things. I can dig my deck with the Trainer's Mail, maybe for the Float Stone. And the most important thing is that I'm going to attach my Float Stone to my Shaymin, and basically I'm going to just hit with my Chaos Wheel. Pretty much simply 110 damage on the Darkrai. He cannot attach special energy cards. I have a V-Seeker for Lysandre in my hand, which is very important. And basically this seems to me like a GG. Even if he tries to Lysandre my Shaymin without energy, I can escape with my Escape Rope. I do have V-Seeker, so I think this is pretty much GG. So there's an Ultra Ball for my opponent, and let's take a look what he can get with the Ultra Ball right here. Probably another Shaymin-EX for some extra setups. I can definitely expect something like that. But since he already played 2 of them, maybe he don't play third one. So a double Dragon Energy Float Stone discarded. Maybe for another Darkrai, maybe for a Baby Yveltal if he had one. And Baby Yveltal will definitely be the good thing right here. But again, another Darkrai, as I mentioned it. Definitely a better position for me in this case, and I can definitely smell a victory right here. There's a Max Elixir, so of course you want to try to find as many energies as you can, and there is a one Max Elixir, and he actually decided to attach that energy on the Hydreigon-EX. So he can use Shred for 80. Basically, that's pretty much all that he can do, and it's GG. It's GG. I can pick between knocking out 2 different Pokemons right here. So there's a Seeker Lysandre for the game, and I can basically knock out Shaymin. I can basically knock out his Darkrai, but let's just knock out that Darkrai and grab the last 2 prizes. So yeah, definitely very, very strong deck. As you can see, it works fantastic. It has a lot of potential, especially for the Primal Clash Shown. I can definitely see this deck as a top competitive in Primal Clash Shown. This is definitely Tier 1 deck, without explanation. I think it's definitely going to be the Tier 1 deck, especially with the Garbodor, Garbotoxin. You can shut down your opponent's abilities. You have 2 strong attackers. You have Darkrai, you have Yveltal Baby, you have also Giratina-EX for the Chaos Wheel, and it's definitely very, very good deck. So I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more feature videos if you enjoy watching it. Till the next time, hopefully you're going to enjoy in the rest of the videos on my channel, and that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. I hope I help you with this deck build. So till the next time, have a nice day, and